What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith as we run the most amazing internet series on our NFL draft prospects. Been coming 2023 NFL draft. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a guy. This cat is 6'3", runs a 4.29 40. Lord hell mercy, coming out of Princeton as if his brains didn't blow you away enough. Watch what he does on this football field. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and introduce Andrei Iosivas. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, man, you've been a busy man. You had the Reese Senior Bowl a couple weeks ago. You're putting in work. NFL Combine is right around the corner, and we have the NFL Draft just around the corner from that. How's this whole process been for you?
It's been awesome. Just taking the time out of like doing school and just focusing on football and just training. It's been really good. My mind's been in a good place, and I think physically, I'm doing all the things I need to do. So I've been very blessed to just focus on football.
Right on, man. That's amazing. Well, we're going to get into a little bit of your story here today and, man, what you've been doing to get ready for the draft and all that good stuff. But if you don't mind, man, take us from the beginning. When did you first fall in love with the game?
Well, I started playing football when I was like 5 years old, like flag football. That was my first time playing. And then Pop Warner was around 7. And ever since then, I just, football was my first love. And so, since that point on, I mean, I can't remember a time where I wasn't playing football. Even in my off seasons, I was just, doing leagues with my other friends, or like friends' dads were coaching us to do stuff. So it was always in my life. Yeah.
Man, I think that's really cool, especially that you've had such a long relationship to it. A lot of people don't really think about when you've put in so much time with the game, and you've got the NFL draft coming around the corner, and you're doing all this stuff to prepare. Like, man, what are you doing to, I guess, really just stay in love with the game, right? Because you've been with it for so long, but really to prepare yourself for that next level, to take that next step.
College, I did 2 sports. I was a football and track guy, right? So I mean, whenever I was in track, I was always like looking what the football guys were doing. I was like, oh, like so in the back, people always have that question of like, oh, is he a track guy that plays football, blah, blah, whatever, all this kind of stuff. But it's like, I was always thinking about football. I just did track because I was good at it, you know what I mean? But I was a football player first. But it's been good. I mean, playing football for such a long time, especially like when I have the ball in my hands, I think you can see. I'm not sure how much tape people can see of me. Like I've seen some YouTube clips of like people trying to piece together all the clips they can find of me, but like it's not really that much. But
man, we got the internet. We can see you out here, brother.
Yeah. I'm on my like official highlights and stuff. Like you can see when I have the ball in my hands, it's kind of just like how I've been playing since I was a little kid. And of course, I can always refine like the technique of being a receiver. But at the end of the day, I'm a football player.
100%.
Man, I love it. I love it. That being said, man, I've watched quite a few of those clips, man. Like literally minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes of magic, right? Who are some NFL players that you perhaps maybe model your game after a little bit?
Well, when I was younger, I loved like Julio Jones and Megatron. But I would say the receiver right now is AJ Brown. I think he just is a complete package, size, speed, strength. His yak is really good. So I try to model my game after him.
I mean, that's not a bad guy to go after right now, man. We like AJ. We like, in the fact that he was just in the Super Bowl. I know, you know, when you start out at 5 years old, that's the end goal, right? Not just to make it to the league, but like I'm going to get to the league and I want to compete for the biggest prize. So I think that's a good person to pattern your game after. Just talking about that Reese Senior Bowl that just happened, man. Like, how would you grade your own personal performance? I saw some stuff coming out pretty early that it looked like you impressed early with the drills and stuff, but how do you personally feel you did?
Yeah, I think I did well. I think going into it, it's like, oh, I'm going against all these SEC guys. I've been playing Ivy League ball for how long? And like that was my first time doing one-on-ones in like 4 years maybe. So, but I think I held my own. I made good catches. I showed people that I have hands. I have the feet. I have the speed to beat people down the field. So as long as people saw that, then yeah, I did well.
Let me ask you, what was your aha moment when you realized that, hey, this is more than just college ball? I could really take this to the next level.
I've always wanted to be an NFL player, but after high school, I only had 2 offers. I had Princeton and Dartmouth, and that was it. So at that point in my life, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe like the NFL isn't as realistic as I thought. But, I started getting some playing time my sophomore year, and then the next year was COVID. So the Ivy League was the only D1 conference not to have football. So I used that year to take the year off and just train and like really focus on football and get big, strong, and fast. And that my junior year is when I like exploded onto the scene, and I felt like really like no one could cover me or wasn't even in the same league as me. And so that's kind of when it started to become reality.
Yeah, man. You talk about that COVID season, right? Like I saw the stat line. I saw it jump from 2019 to 2021, especially having that year off, man.
Big jump.
And so I think everybody knows that the training definitely paid off. But you mentioned something earlier in the interview that that you also ran track, and it's not like, oh, you ran track as that's just something to do. Like, no, you was really out there. You was a track star. I believe that you even kind of broke a school record for points at a meet or something like that. A lot of NFL players have aspirations like either during their time in the league or maybe even like post-career, right? Doing something in the Olympics. Is that something that you could maybe see, along with the NFL dream, maybe representing in the Olympics one day?
Yeah, like one day. As of right now, I think it would be kind of hard, but
right.
Hopefully my NFL career goes really well, and I'm and then later in life, if I feel like I want to represent the U.S., I could. But right now, it's pretty much focused on the league because the event that I do is kind of hard to train for and do football because it's like 10, like indoors is 7 events, but outdoors 10, so it'd be hard to do both.
I know, man. They think the track is you just get out there and y'all just run, and that's what it is, and you can just do that, turn it on anytime, right? But I can't run like you run, because if I could, we'd be in different positions, right?
Awesome. You mentioned about, man, how great your hands are, and what we see on tape, man, it all matches up, man. It's nothing but magic. Is there a favorite offensive scheme that you prefer to play in when you get to NFL?
Any 3 receiver sets, 2 receiver. I mean, as long as everyone's different, but as long as they're throwing the ball, like, I don't mind being out there. Like, whatever formation, whatever personnel they have is fine.
Well, we know getting to this next level, man, it's not just an individual thing, right? You put in a lot of personal work, but there's a lot of people that help you along the way. Are there some people, like some special people in your life, some coaches, family, friends, that have kind of helped you get to where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like, my mom and dad have been the biggest proponents in my life. Like, my dad has done everything, started from the bottom, and was really hard on me academically, so they allowed me to go to a good school like Princeton, and like my path was my path, and that allowed me to do 2 sports and get the recognition I needed to be on an NFL stage. And then a lot of people like that I confide in also is like my old high school track coach. His name is Coach G. He was really the first one that made me realize how much of a special athlete I was. And then also at school, like my receiver coach, Brian Flynn, and then my track coach as well, Fred Samara. They're all like really good people and have shaped me to be the person I am today, and also my girlfriend Logan.
Yeah, hey, there you go, big shout out.
I had to throw her in there. She's always been with me, and she, even on bad days, I can just go talk to her and feel better and know that everything, every day is a new day. So
respect, brother, respect.
Love it, man. Yeah, you got to shout the girlfriend, man. She watches this later. She's like, "You're thinking about me, honey."
She was the first person I thought about, but I had to make sure I mentioned everyone else before I got to her.
Yeah, you know how it goes, man. You walking by the janitor, like, "Hey, man, what about me, man? You shout me out." There's always that one person and stuff, man. You were an anchor in that offense over at Princeton, like huge anchor, man. You're very, very good. You accomplished everything pretty much you set out to do, and then you took it to the Reese's Bowl. And you did your thing over there as well, too. Do you feel any pressure playing at the next level?
Not really. I kind of feel more hunger. I want to show people that, that I can play there and I belong there. It's not so much. I put pressure on myself naturally to perform at the highest level that I know that I can perform. So whatever external pressures there are, people think there are, that it doesn't really affect me.
Next level is something else, right? You grow up, you're playing with those guys on Madden. I don't know if you're a big Madden player or not, but like you go from playing with them using the joystick to being on the field with them. Right. That could be a little bit of an intimidating thing, but we're believing that you're going to get to that draft stage and you're going to be on one of these 32 teams, man. What's something that, if you could say to all 32 of these teams, what's something that you would say to them about yourself that they may not know or they might have overlooked?
They may not know. I mean, I guess they can always talk to my coaches about the type of player I am off the field. But, I'm always working to get better. I'm a very hard worker. I'm very coachable. And, I always am for the team. You know what I mean? Like, I took that year off for COVID to graduate with my friends and my teammates. I could have grad transferred somewhere else. Like, I had a bunch of teams hitting me up, stuff like that. But you know, I'm a big team guy, and I'm for the boys, I'm for the players.
My man said he's dedicated, he's loyal, he's 10 toes down. So all y'all teams out there in NFL, if y'all looking for somebody that's going to be 10 toes down, that's all about it, that's going to get total buy-in, we got your guy right here.
And then last question of the night, man, I got to ask you, you find yourself, draft day happens, your name is called. Take that flight over to whichever city it is, okay? And you walk out on your field, man, and your first day of practice, what are some of your goals that you have in mind when an NFL team finally takes and selects you?
Just to make sure that, you know, I am what they expected me to be and more. You know, I'm going to go out there, work hard, show my athleticism, make plays, and just show them that they made the right choice when they picked me.
Well, Andrei, man, thank you so much for taking and coming on the show. Man, whether you end up on my favorite team or Adrian's favorite team, you got a fan in us for life, man. So
appreciate it.
I'm so excited to take and see which team selects you, man, and you're loads of fun to watch. Before we go, man, I want everybody to know, if you want to take and follow his story, go down below in the description of this video. I'm going to have all of the social media stuff down there below, so you can go ahead and give him a follow, and also as well, get inspired while you're at it. Andrei, man, before we go, any shout-outs?
Shout out to Yo Murphy at the training facility here. That's where I'm training, and they're getting me way better, and I love being here. And, you know, shout out to my family and my girlfriend and everyone who's helped me be where I am now. So I'm just very grateful.
All right, man, we wish you best of luck, brother. Hey, don't hurt him too bad when that 40 come on at that combine. Don't hurt him too bad out there.
I'll try, man. Yeah, I got some doubters over here now. So, you know, when you get a little bit bigger, you always get a little bit of haters. So I'm going to shut people up when they go around.
We looking forward to it, man. We keeping receipts over here.
Turn 100 for the touchdown, king crown, gain inside, leading your town, hit you faster than the sound, bad boy throw it down, yeah I'm ill, not my will, don't cop a fill the house, listen to the roaring crowd, drop a light, calm it down, Heisman all the haters mouth, superhero hit them wow, packing more action than bing boom bam pow, touchdown for the win, we live, subscribe right now.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where I cover all 32 NFL teams plus NFL exclusive interviews. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for the alerts, comment below, and we'll catch you next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith.